Hey yo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Live here. We're back with another episode of Park Spotlight, and in today's video we're going to be looking at Misfit Toyland, created by Bullethead. So stay tuned, and let's check it out. So, this was sent in by Bullethead, and he says, please consider my park Misfit Toyland for your channel. Misfit Toyland, built by Bullethead Sweatshop Industries, BSI, is mostly a medieval-themed park with 6 coasters, 2 track rides, and a lot of flat rides and shops. Everything in it is my own except for the wagons next to the carousel, which are stock scenery item. Misfit Toyland is a set in a world where dwarves and humans coexist and intermingle somewhat, but mostly have their own space. Most of the park is human territory with gray castles, half-timbered buildings, although a few standalone dwarf buildings are present. The main dwarf area is underneath the big mountain in the back of the park, which is honeycombed with tunnels full of shops, queues, entire buildings, and even rides. The whole area is illuminated, mostly in red, which the dwarves like for some reason. Overall, the vegetation is divided into several biomes, such as mountains, forests, and valley. The gardening in the state is a state of benign neglect. The coasters are as follows: Drunken Dwarf, a spinning with views of the castle entrance; Purple Martin, a loony turns that loops twice around the perimeter; Tree Fort, a Wendigo set a pair of giant trees made of terrain; Tanglewood, a large wooden coaster set in dense forest. The mid-course block breaks shave a bit of its speed to lower fear for the family range, so it can coexist with the Briar Patch. For the real ride, move this bank breaking. Briar Patch, a vicious hybrid set in a forest brightened by an evil witch who puts several appearances along the track. Being spooky, it's best ridden at night. Brass Barboon, an invincible giga coaster mostly buried in Dwarf Mountain, thus it's functional as a dark ride and a mine train. It's supposed to be a dwarf subway system. Be sure to watch the parameter train. It passes through near many rides, so depending on timing, it might interact with them. So there's a king under the mountain. It's entombed entertainer doing penance for asking for a raise. You might catch a glimpse of him, either the train or the brass baboon. Thank you for your consideration, Bullethead. The Bullethead on Steam. Oh boy. And Lauren's note says, seems pretty, but I could barely run the park. And I can agree to that. Hold on. Here's a quick look at the Steam Workshop. Misfits Toyland by Bullethead. Come rate it, favorite it, subscribe to it. Only 150 subscribers, and it is an absolute beautiful creation, guys. Let's get it to the front page of Steam. Come over here if you own the game. Give it a rating. Let's get this thing some more stars. So Lauren said that she could barely run it. When I opened it up, it had 8,000 guests. Guests are usually the main culprit for a boggy machine. I kicked out all the guests, and I'm getting about 26 FPS on medium detail. I want to try and experience it for the best graphics possible, so I feel like this will do. And lowering it to 2,000 guests is what made it work. So let's go into Misfits Toyland and have ourselves a look around. Castle Crashers. So it's a bump and derby ride skin in a castle. Very nice. Alright, we're just going to go around clockwise and see what we find. Now he said it's like there's all different farmlands and different styles of gardening, which all got me pretty excited. I love these fantasy style medieval parks. They get me so excited. They make me miss playing RPGs and fun games like that. So being able to revisit some fantasy and get some thrills and immersion out of a fantasy village in a Planet Coaster game is quite exciting. Spinning wheel. We have a couple rides over here. What's in here? Oh, this is just the queue. Now, I don't think I actually did this. There's the park, guys. Huge mega park, end to end. The whole map. Pretty amazing. Scrub brush. Very cute buildings. Love your garden work. The terrain looks very inviting. Love the way this coaster looks as well. I'm excited for these coasters. So he said 6 main coasters, which is quite good. We're going to have a lot to ride. I think that's a good amount for a big park like this. Oh, this little village is so inviting. A nice view of that Dwarven area as well. I'm assuming that is the Dwarven area based off what he said in the email. He said it was tucked away in the back in a mountain. So, very nice indeed. This is making me want to go play like Guild Wars 2 or something. Or Fable. I really loved, if you guys ever played Guild Wars 2, I was really a big fan of the human starting area. I just loved going there, and I always got so excited whenever I made a human character, because I love doing the quests in the farmlands and running around. Gonna get hit by a train! Yeah, anyways, yeah, Guild Wars was such a pretty game in my opinion. I kind of want to do a revisit on that game at some point. Dwarf Mountain. Wait, did we see everything over here? Little loop over here. I guess so. This coaster looks phenomenal. I want to save Dwarfland for last, so we're going to come back. So there's this section, which is kind of like the farmlands, I feel. It's like the outskirts of the human town. And then this area here, I guess is more like the castle area, and then it just has farmlands all around the outside, and then some dead areas on the outcrops of the town, or outskirts, whatever you have you say, more farming areas. Now this is absolutely quaint and adorable. I absolutely love it. And then some trees made out of terrain. Now, the one thing about this is the pathing networks are pretty straightforward. So it's actually hard to get lost and pretty straightforward to navigate, which I do actually like. Some parks have many, many intersections and interconnecting pathways leading through each other, which is good for the guests at times, but as long as you have a big... What are these people doing? Apparently they're stuck. The AI is completely derping out, and I find this hilariously amusing. Help us! Help us! Oh my god, that is hilarious. Witch hunt. What was I saying? Yeah, as long as you have big main streets, one big path going through to your core areas of your park should be quite enough. It's always good if you have a transport ride as well. And this gnarled branches for a boarding station is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Oh, and it's a hybrid wooden steel coaster back here. Oh, this looks creepy. I think this is the one he said to ride at night. Alright, let's go into the Dwarven town. Dwarf Mountain. He says they like the red. Oh wow, how inviting. Sky Piercer. Some heavy metal music in here. Perfect ride for a Dwarven area. Heyo! There's the train that takes you up. Alright, so you kind of just do a circle around. I kind of expected a little bit more Dwarven architecture and buildings in here. That's alright, though. Felt like you gave the humans a little bit more love. Ooh, but this coaster looks lovely. Indeed it does. Alright, quick peek at everything at nighttime. And we'll get riding some coasters. Oh, I'm still in desktop mode. Would you look at that? Alright. Seems with the new GTX 1080 Ti, even if I'm in desktop mode, I don't feel like it affects the frame rate too much like it used to with the Radeon card I used to have, which is strange. I'll have to tell you, I'm not going with Radeon in the future. I feel like the Radeon was, the one I had was the R9 290, and it was equivalent to a 980 from NVIDIA. But I've played with people's PCs that have a 980, and I swear theirs perform better. I mean, NVIDIA is known to produce better cards than Radeon, but for me, I just had odd problems with mine. And those problems do no longer occur now that I'm back with NVIDIA. I've gone back and forth throughout my times of building computers just to experiment, but I'm officially sticking with NVIDIA. So there it is, everybody. Nighttime lighting. I think we'll skip on the river rapids, although it does look beautiful. I want to start with the wooden coaster today. Alright, so it's called the Tanglewood. The stats are a 4.59, a 3.5, and a 0.46. Alright, here we go. Alright, pretty awesome wooden coaster. The Drunken Dwarf. Love it. 3.87 excitement, a 2.96 fear, and a 0.69 nausea. This one's at the top of the lift, so we might as well ride this. We're going to do some spin-in action here. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to watch them spin. I know people tend to get motion sick that watch these videos. So this probably works better. Great stuff. The Drunken Dwarf. There it is. The Purple Martin. 6.93 excitement, a 4.64 fear, and a 1.55 nausea. Wow. Alright, wicked. The Wendigo, 3.34 excitement, a 2.51 fear, and a 0.3 nausea. I love how the Wendigo can climb a lift like up and turn. It's very much like the wooden, or what was it, the mini steel coaster from Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. It's pretty much the same, and I love how many passengers it can fit. Wendigo's honestly like one of my favorite coasters. I love it. I mean, I'd say my favorite, like, lower end coasters. I love the wooden coasters, the wooden hybrid coasters, and the inverted coasters. But I really do have a soft spot for the Wendigos. A little bit rickety and rockety. Quite fun though. Going through those custom trees is real nice. Let's check this one out. I think this is the one we're supposed to ride at nighttime. The Briar Patch MK, a 7.5 excitement, a 5.29 fear, and a 1.26 nausea. It's the witch. Quite the rickety inversion. Quite hilarious. Oh! Awesome. Quite a long and crazy experience. I love all the little witches casting spells. Tells a little story. Very nice at nighttime as well. Well done. The Brass Baboon. 6.62 excitement, a 4.97 fear, and a 0.91 nausea. All right. Whoa. That kid is flailing a lot. Sorry, guys. Little treasury. That's cool. There you have it. Bam! There you have it, everybody. That was quite an awesome little fantasy experience with the humans and the dwarves. I do feel like the dwarves could have used a few more buildings and dwarven architecture, but the human area was absolutely amazing. Love all the farmlands, all the buildings. Awesome, awesome park. Really well done. Once again, everybody, that was Misfit Toyland, created by Bullethead. The links will be down in the description as always if you want to check it out yourself. And that's going to do it for this episode of Park Spotlight. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more Daily Planet Coaster videos. And let me know what you guys thought of Misfit Toyland down in the comments below. Alright, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye now.